get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his first look is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Hot!
They'll set up a throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. DeAndre Washington, his first carry. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Got room to run past the 20. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime.
It.
A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing, offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a toss play, it's Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. This is Harris. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Come on now, come on now, let's go. Go. 120.
On 2nd down, Washington. Room here to run. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wentz. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing now is Wentz. Throw left side, complete to Burnett. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. He hits his running back, Jay Ajayi. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Into the red zone. Wentz sliding out of the pocket. And this is Hurts with it, right side. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
A handoff for Washington. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Okay, baby, I see you. Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Shorty. Great. 81.
From the gun, it's Wentz. His pass caught at the 4. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Wentz going to throw. Buying time to his left. And it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Trying to pound it in with Washington. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Let's go.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the... This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. They pitch to Washington, and this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. A beautiful spin and room to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. A give to Bell. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Boswell extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now the punter, who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
They'll start the drive with Washington. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Eagles on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Working from the gun, Wentz. He sets to fire deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. They go play action here on first down. Over the middle, he's got Deshaun Hamilton. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Gun.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Washington. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now back to throw. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
3 down. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll drop to throw. And it's brought in by Washington. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Hurry up, here we go.
They get it to him running left. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's Bell. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming. And Boswell's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is
and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Shorty.
Now Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Go. 120. 82.
Now Wentz. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught at the 20. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
81.
From the red zone now, Wentz. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Black, come on.
Wentz to throw again. Forced out to his left. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and just like that, it's third down. The Eagles on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
81. Grade 15.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Washington. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Come on now. Let's go. 82.
On play action, Wentz. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
Go. Shorty. It's that. Oh. It's that. What's this?
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Burnett. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Drag it.
On first, here's Washington. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Looking deep for his tight end Ertz. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey. Got three down. What's this?
To throw, it's Wentz. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he's got a big leg, and when everything comes together, he can certainly hit from long range, but this one's going to come up just a little bit short. A very good effort, though.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Gone! Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll set up to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. He'll drop to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Nifty move. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They run with Washington. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Artie Burns, the cornerback, brings him down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a 1st down. Wentz now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Wentz. On the right side, he finds Burnett. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Let's go.
On the toss play, this is Washington. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Final minute now of the third quarter. They'll toss to Harris. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Washington, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. Switzer now to return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Space to maneuver at the 40. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key to left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Lucky 56. Here we go now. 319. 319.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw here. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down.
Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And no, it's incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied fourth quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football. where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game fourth quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught inside the 25. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 52 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. The give is to Bell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get him. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Man, how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man is Switzer, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. And Boswell's kick is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. So a clutch field goal there off the upright and in. That ties this thing here in the late going. I'm going to say that he called bank there. What do you think?
He did not call bank.
I think he called bank.
There is no way he called bank on that one. You want to give your head coach some heart murmurs, though? Banking field goals in the fourth quarter because he's going to need an oxygen mask after that one.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They go with Washington to begin the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now on first down, it's Washington again. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Running it, Washington. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Come on now, let's go.
They get it to Washington, running left. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now Washington. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. This is Harris. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. The Eagles on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And it's good. He got it. He missed his lone attempt earlier, but he connects when it matters most. And the Eagles are going to win the football game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Eagles, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.